Hey guys, welcome back. We have a couple of projects that we're doing today. Our first stop is going to be stopping here at Home Depot because we are going to rent the tool. This is it called a sod remover? I don't know if that's the technical name of it, but anyways, we're removing the sod today in the planting strips. We're going to get ready for that project. And then I have an appointment to get to. I wanted to go down to a garden center. I don't know if we'll have time today. Sergey and I just got to Home Depot and they're putting out fall decor. I can't wait. I cannot believe we're saying fall already. They're putting out pumpkins, and I just want to go see what everything looks like. I'm also going to take a look at their plants because, as much as I love nurseries and garden centers, sometimes you can find good things at Home Depot. And I know some of you don't have garden centers the way that we do around us. We have so many of them, it's like abundant here. But I also want to keep an eye out for some good stuff at Home Depot today. All right, they have a lot of good plants, like a lot of mums. The mums are a little bit too early for us because it's still pretty warm. Let's see, what else do they have? Echinacea, delphiniums, pansies. Their pansies are good, not my favorite colors, but they're still very good. They're good for like bulk, I guess, is what I would say. Let's see. Let's go inside. I have to find Sergey because we kind of want to be in and out, but when you start seeing plants, you kind of get a little bit distracted. $2.98 for these. That's a good deal. That's a really good deal. Ooh, you guys, they have a great selection of grasses and everything right now. Oh, okay. I never get to visit the garden center at Home Depot anymore. I just feel like we never make our way out here to the actual garden center. Obviously, we're in Home Depot all the time, like most people, I would say. But anyways, I haven't really come out to see what they've got going on, and they have some really great things. Some evergreens. And here's the thing, fall is the perfect time to plant. So I am also going to keep an eye out for good stuff because I would like to start piling things on because in the fall time, your availability of plants isn't as great as it is, say, like in the springtime. But they do have some really good stuff right now. So it's a good time to come by. Make sure you have like a good watering station set up. That way you can keep everything nice and watered. But if you have projects that you're going to want to do in the fall, now's a good time to start stocking up on some plants because it will go fast. They have a lot of really great hedge material here too. I'm seeing some taller things up here. Let's see, do they have arbs? Now it's funny because my neighbor, we're actually going to be planting a hedge to cover up a tarp area of theirs, which is going to be so nice. I just want to see what sizes they have available. Let's see, these are $9.98. These are very small though. Emerald green arbovita. This is a good one. What else do they have? Leland cypresses. These are great, but these will get, let's see, how tall do these get? What's the space? 6 to 10 feet apart. Okay, 30 to 40 feet. Ooh, that's tall. So yeah, that'll be too tall for that space. But anyways, I just wanted to show you real quick all of the great things that they have because I haven't been out here, but Sergey is always sending me pictures when he's out here of all of the goodies. Ooh, these are nice. Japanese holly. Let's see, these are gonna get 6 to 8 feet tall and 2 to 3 feet wide. This might be a good one for us. Remember, we're going to create that hedge near our neighbor's driveway. I don't know if I had this on my list. That might be a very good contender. We'll make a mental note of that one. All right, let's go find Sergey so we can rent the tool and head back home. Here's a closer look at all of the variety packs that they have of the pansies and violas. And you know what, actually? These purple ones, these would be good for our containers on the deck because they're a little bit smaller. $7.98. I might get some of these. That's a really good deal. Just some nice purple. Oh gosh, that color is so pretty. Look at that. just because our containers on the deck with the maples look a little bit sad because we didn't do anything. So this may be a good solution. You guys, they have bulbs. Detour, detour. All of the beautiful bulbs. Oh my gosh. Let me do a little bit of looking here and see if we find any good mixes. I completely forgot that Home Depot does bulbs and I don't know why, but this is a good deal. Let me have a look. All right, they have a good variety, I will say. However, I still think Costco is a better deal, you guys, because look, Purple Sensation, you are getting 5, well, for $7.98. I can't remember how many we got, but I think our packs were, what was it, $15.99? But they do have some prettier mixes, I will say, like this mix here with the red and the pink. Not really a fan of that combo. That's a good combo if you like red. They have pretty daffodils, like the mixes there. This is a good little mix. I think these will be great for containers, especially if you want to do like a bulb lasagna like we did last year. We'll definitely be doing more of those. This is a good deal right here. Good mix. That's also a great mix right there. Which one is this? Does it have a name? Let's see. Mistress and Orange Dynasty. That's pretty. And then, of course, true to how I am, I love these. It just says pink. Simple, straightforward. And they also have ranunculus. We might get some ranunculus while we're here. We already have, well, I ordered some last year that I didn't plant. So we're going to plant those out here soon. So maybe we don't need it. But not a bad selection, I will say. Okay, here's something interesting. You're getting 2 bulbs for $14.98. These are the gladiators. The bulbs look good, but if you guys recall, we got a lot more when we went to Costco, which tells me I need to go back to Costco and get more, like now, immediately. And here's something to keep in mind. They have some fall plants like the grasses, anything like that off to the side. So when you guys come, don't just go to the garden center because they do have racks everywhere else. And look at the pumpkins, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's happening. I can't wait. This is so exciting. This definitely brings me out of summer mode into fall mode real quick. All right, Sergey and my stepdad are just unloading everything. So this is the grass that we are going to be removing today. And if we'll go over here, the only thing is, I think Sergey might go ask our neighbor, but originally we wanted to remove that patch over there, like on their side, technically like where their drive comes out. That's theirs. We would love to remove it for them and just put like rocks down, I think, because they kind of drive over it. Anyways, long story short, we would love to remove it for them, but if they want to keep it, then we'll just have to, let them keep it. And we'll have to just cut the line like right over here at this tree. So like right over here. So that gives us all of this space to remove. And then on this side, we're also going to be removing the grass for our neighbors here. So we share, like our property lines connect over here. So it's nice that they're going to allow us to do this. So we planted these dogwoods here last year, if you guys recall. But what we told them, what we offered to do is we're going to remove the grass and then we are going to put a little like walkway right here with flagstones. So similar to what we're going to be doing on the other side. That way, if she ever parks like in the on the road here, she'll have like a little path, like a landing pad to walk out of and then into the sidewalk. So I think that's going to be really nice. And then of course we'll maintain the plants that we plant over here and all of those things, water, all of that jazz. Look at how easy that comes out. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Beautiful. Very good.
My stepdad's like, it's very good. That's awesome.
So here I am. This is a recreation, okay? Maybe the footage captured this or not, but here's the recreation. What happened? So I was cutting. I take out a strip, and then I just see something laying there, okay? And it's a penny, and you can see it's a pretty oxidized penny. I pick it up, and I'm like, I wonder if there's anything to it. I look at the year. It's a 1967. So I quickly go on Google and search, and I'm seeing that this is like air printed, and they did not mint too many of them. But basically, it's missing the L, or the L is misshapen. It's like lowercase, or it's an I, or it's not there. And anyway, I see on eBay they're selling anywhere from 1,500 up to $2,500 per penny. I mean, wow, we struck treasure.
Well, if it's something.
What? It seems like something,
Wow.
but anyway, it's mine now. It's not going to the garden fund, okay? It's going to the Sergey fund. But anyway,
I will say it is pretty cool. Even if it's not anything, it's like super old.
have faith.
Have faith.
Jeez.
Please be something so we can buy trees. I'm kidding.
No, I buy a tool.
Okay, deal. A tool for the garden. Before you leave us, do you think it was easy?
I mean, definitely wasn't easy, but it's funny. It okay, the heat didn't help. Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
think it
hot.
didn't help that the ground was really dry, and it definitely didn't help that it was such a tight space. I could imagine this being a piece of cake for watered grass, where you're doing like long runs. Okay, like doing a long run, easy. Turn around, easy. But when you're trying to avoid hitting a
Oh.
tree, hitting a car,
Yeah, mom just arrived here, so
yeah, so that's not easy. But I did grab a shovel to try to remove a little patch, and it was hard.
Yeah.
So at first I thought like, oh, maybe we just we killed off the grass. We can just shave off with a shovel. No.
Yeah.
So this was worth it.
Worth it. Okay.
At first I thought like $90 for 4-hour renting is a little excessive, but no, it's worth it. But it was heavy. It was heavy, and it didn't have a reverse, so you have to like disengage the drive, and then I don't know. Maybe I'm just weak. So if anybody's done this, okay, please give my ego a little support here,
little
okay,
support.
to tell me that it was very, very hard.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I think long runs would probably been easier. Of course, I didn't do anything. So what do I know?
What did you do? You
I left and I came back. So here we are. All right, guys, here is what we're left with. We have all of the sod all rolled up, and we are going to be taking off. So we won't be able to get rid of it today, but we're going to take it down to yard debris. So we'll get rid of this. We figured let's leave it here so we're not moving it back and forth. But you know what? That came out a lot better, I think, than I expected. Like Sergey said, I think because it's like tight areas, it's a little bit tricky. But I mean, I didn't do any of the work, so there's not much I can say. I will say it was worth renting the tool. I don't think any of us would have liked doing this by hand. The next step is to come in here, and I think Sergey's going to want to till up this whole bed, and then we'll bring in compost and then our boulders, probably allow irrigation, and then we come in with the beautiful plants, which is always my favorite part. And here is how this area turned out. So we do need to come in here and just refine some areas. So we'll just come in here with like a hoe or a shovel and just, start leveling things out a little bit. We'll probably remove, we probably will remove a little bit more of this soil here. It's a lot of clay. It's very hard. Like you can tell it's rock solid. So we will remove a lot of this. Not a lot, but we'll remove some of it. And then we'll come in with the compost. Like I said, compost will make the biggest difference in this garden bed. But now it's fun to have it done. I mean, it looks hideous, but it's kind of like the ugly before the beautiful, I guess. I'm so happy we're able to do that today, just because it's one less thing that we have to worry about. And it's just one step closer to getting some of these projects. And especially now that the weather is cooling down, I think Sergey is a lot more excited to do these things because it's more enjoyable, and not to do these in, you know, 95, 100-degree weather. Like, nobody wants that. So the fact that it's like cooling down, it is hot though. It was hot today. I think we hit 89 or 90, but it was a little bit cloudy, so I think that helped a little bit, but the air is really warm right now. And in terms of the bulbs, I ended up getting 11 of these ranunculus packs. So there's actually 8 of them in each pack, and each pack was $3.98. So that's not a bad deal, especially because ranunculus tend to be a little bit more on the spendier side. I'm very pleased about that. Now, the corms did look pretty good. Let me show you. I always like pick through and try to get like the big ones, so you can see, like, I mean, several packs have like these little ones right there. You see, those are a little bit smaller, but several of them have these chunkier ones. But either way, they're going to produce beautiful flowers, so I'm excited about that. And we'll probably sow these in the fall time so we can have ranunculus a lot earlier this year. Well, last year I didn't even really have any because I was lazy and I forgot to plant all of the ones that I ordered. So here we are. Now, in terms of the other bulbs that we saw at Home Depot, I'll be honest, I wasn't super impressed. I think the best deal was for the ranunculus. I think the daffodils, I think they had a 35 count for $19.95. That was a pretty good deal. However, at Costco, the deals were a lot better. I mean, I feel like Home Depot usually has really good deals on these. Maybe I overlooked it, I don't know, but in my eyes, I thought the alliums, like, that seemed really expensive for 2 bulbs. I don't know, maybe it's just me. The bulbs did look nice, I will say. Like, the actual gladiator alliums, the size of the bulbs look good, look decent, but we got 9 of them for $15.99 at Costco. So to me, I mean, that's a steal in my eyes. I mean, that price is probably better than a lot of even bulk places that you can order from. I mean, I would say it's pretty competitive in terms of the actual price for what you're getting. So super happy about that, which means I need to go to Costco. I mentioned this earlier. I need to go to Costco like now because I don't want them to sell out. And I think they're starting to bring more, like they're bringing in a little bit more at a time, which means I will definitely be going back to get more because you can never have too many alliums in your garden. One of the things that I appreciated about the Home Depot bulbs is you can actually see them in their little bags. It's nice to turn them around and just inspect the bulbs, make sure there's nothing rotting or anything too soft. You can also like look at the size of the bulbs. So some of the daffodils, those are always nice to like pick out the bigger ones. You can't always pick out the biggest, but it's nice to see that they're all pretty uniform in shape. I did think that the yellow pack, I think it was Yellow Trumpet, that is always a solid performer. It's a uniform yellow. But if you want something to just brighten up the area, I will say I think that was a good deal. 35, and I think it was, yeah, 35 for $19.95 or something like that. But I don't know, I guess it's worth it if you can't source bulbs like from Costco or online. I think it's a good deal. I would say if you have a garden center near you, check those out because usually those smaller packs are available at garden centers, and most of the time they'll have really special ones. So they'll have like the parrot varieties or really fun colors, almost like the unicorn tulips and daffodils in that world. So to me, it's worth going out to the garden center if you're going to get smaller packs. I think it's pretty competitive in price for the ones that we found at Home Depot today. Anyways, that will do it for today's projects. I didn't get to go out to the garden center, but that's okay. I will go out another day. That way I'll have a little bit more time and I'm not rushing to get back home. I'm very excited about getting our boulders now because I think once we get those in, it's almost like the anchor pieces to those 2 new beds that we're going to be planting up. So that will be very, very fun. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today in our garden, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye-bye.